Hi, I'm Tracy.
And I'm Jessica, and this is She's on Top, the community where we celebrate women.
Today we're hanging with Tonia Jahshan.
Tonia is the founder of Sipology by Steep Tea, a multi-million-dollar tea party company that has taken North America by storm.
Tonia and her husband Hatem are also one of the biggest success stories to come out of the popular Canadian show Dragon's Den.
After suffering a miscarriage of their first child, Tonia and Hatem decided to take a trip to the east coast of Canada to recover from their devastating loss.
While there, they came across a small store selling loose leaf tea. That cup of tea changed their lives.
Tonia decided she'd like to sell her own brand of loose leaf tea, and when she got back, she started organizing tea parties. Eventually, what started as a hobby became a multi-million-dollar direct sales business.
Tonia says her mission is to create entrepreneurs. So far, she has realized this dream with thousands of sipologists in Canada and the United States.
And her top seller is a lawyer who made over $100K last year, just doing this as her side hustle.
We had so much fun with Tonia and Hatem. Their love and enthusiasm for what they do is infectious.
I have to be my own brand from the very get-go. And yes, it cost me more money at the beginning to create the whole brand, but I was thinking long term. So at the beginning, it started off in like a little closet room where I was blending my teas, and then it took over my basement, and then it took over to the 2 bedrooms in the basement, and then the garage became an inventory and shipping department. So I've actually always had a warehouse, even though it was in my house at the beginning. And then our first official warehouse was 2,000 square feet, and then we moved into 6,000 square feet, and then we're in like 22,000 now. We have all of these white massive barrels, which you guys saw at the warehouse, and that's where we blend all of our teas. So like the orange dreamsicle has orange peel in it and orange flavoring, and then we have the peachy keen, which is a color changing tea. I love that tea. It's a fruit tea, and it comes out as a beautiful dark purple, but then as soon as you squeeze lemon into it, it turns into a vibrant pink. Kids love it. It's like magic tea. And it tastes phenomenal and makes a great iced tea. And that's how we blend. So they sit in there and they cure for a couple of days just so they can absorb all of the flavoring and the orange peel and the whatever we have put in there.
Tonight on Dragon's Den. First up, a couple that thinks a dragon partner will create the perfect blend for their home-based business. And remember, the rules of the den are simple. They must get all the cash they came for, or they'll go home with nothing.
One of the reasons why we went on Dragon's Den was that we wanted to branch into the US. And in order for us to branch into the US, we needed some expertise on how to do that. We needed some capital to do that. And that is what we got from both Jim and Dave, the expertise. Jim's companies are based out of Texas. So he understands the US market, and just combine the knowledge that they both had and the investment that they made in us helped us grow into the US.
I must say it's very rare in Dragon's Den you get 3 offers, and some of them more than you even asked for.
Yeah.
So you're to be commended for doing a fantastic presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
One of the biggest reasons why we've had so much success with Dragon's Den was because I knew going on the show that I wasn't just going on there for the exposure. I truly wanted to leave with 2 investors, where a lot of companies don't think that way. They think, I'm gonna go on the show, 2 million people are gonna see me, sales are gonna rocket, which they do after you air. And I don't need the Dragons anymore. Why do I need to partner with them? I just got all of this exposure. But what people fail to think about is that once you get that Dragon's Den hype, and you're riding it for, 6 months or so, and then it's gone. There's nothing to fall back on. You have no support from the Dragons. You have no support from the show. So for me, I was adamant that we were going to sign this deal with the Dragons. So because of that, we became one of their biggest success stories. And I think that if we hadn't partnered with Jim and Dave, we wouldn't have all of this exposure that we've had. I would totally recommend getting a business coach. And how it happened for us was The year after we were on Dragon's Den, we went from 300% growth to 3,000% growth. It was a crazy, crazy time in our life. I just had a baby. Like literally Sammy was only a month old when we aired on Dragon's Den. And it was just so much to take in, and the growth was so dramatic that one of my best friends, Jackie, she had a business coach, and she introduced us and said, Tonia, you and Hatem need to have, someone that is helping you with the growing pains of this business. And that's exactly how it's happened. She's been our business coach for 7 years now. Balancing your business life, your family life can be super challenging. And last year was probably one of my most challenging years that I had. And I really had to learn how to, I did a lot of research on how to meditate, how to take time for myself. And some of those tools that I learned last year, I have to rely on now. I have a routine every morning. I get up, I have my cup of tea with my husband, and we meditate together for like 15 minutes. And that just kind of starts off my day. I make sure that I exercise at least 3 or 4 times a week. I belong to a really awesome gym here in Ancaster. Helps me with my endorphins. And I drink our Stay Calm tea. Women supporting women is huge for us as a company as a whole. I mean, all of our Sipologists are 95% women, and I believe we've built an incredible network of women who support each other through just Sipology. But outside of this network, I have surrounded myself with a lot of women who have now become some of my best friends, who are in business for themselves as well, who understand the ups and downs and challenges of running a business. We go away once or twice a year and have fun together, and we talk about business. So it is super important, empowering women empowering women. The top 3 pieces of advice that I would give women entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs in general is, 1, trusting your gut, trusting that gut instinct. If something doesn't feel right, it generally probably isn't. So just listening to that voice. Number 2, being passionate about what you're doing. If you're not passionate about what you're doing, you're not going to succeed. And you have to be all in. And number 3 is you have got to be willing to take risks. Hatem and I have risked our house 3 times now over the course of 12 years. And if you aren't willing to lose your house or lose really at all at some point, and hopefully that won't happen, you can't be an entrepreneur, because businesses go up and businesses go down. And I of course want all businesses go up, but you have to be willing to put all of it in and take that big risk.
What we love about Tonia and Hatem is they are a shining example of how you can become super successful, but still stay true to who you are.
They were the nicest, kindest people, and we had a blast hanging out with them.
If you like this video, please hit that like button and give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we would love if you do so now. And make sure to hit on that little bell icon, because that's how you'll get notice of all of our videos.
And also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and also subscribe to our newsletter, because you'll find content there that we don't share on YouTube.
Thanks for watching.